Imagine this. In just 1 week, 15 boats carrying 800 people make a desperate 10-hour journey from Lebanon to Cyprus. This is the stark reality of the Syrian migration crisis Cyprus is currently grappling with. The magnitude of this crisis is unlike anything the island nation has ever faced. Record numbers of Syrian migrants from Lebanon are arriving on Cypriot shores, seeking refuge from the turmoil they've left behind. It's an influx so tremendous that it's forced the country's reception facilities to their absolute limits. Konstantinos Ioannou, Cyprus's interior minister, is at the forefront of this crisis. He's seen the strain these numbers have put on his country. He's seen the desperation in the eyes of these migrants, and he knows something needs to be done. In an appeal for support, Ioannou has turned to Brussels. He's asked the European Union to step in, to lend a helping hand in managing this unprecedented situation. His plea for assistance isn't just about resources or funding, it's about humanity, about extending a lifeline to those in desperate need. To further discuss this emergency, Ioannou has visited Beirut. His mission? To bring attention to the crisis and seek solutions. His hope? That his appeal will not fall on deaf ears. But while these diplomatic efforts are underway, the situation on the ground continues to escalate. The facilities designed to receive these migrants, already stretched thin, are nearing their breaking point. It's a situation so dire that Cyprus's president, Nikos Christodoulidis, has called it a state of serious crisis. And so, as the boats continue to arrive and the numbers continue to swell, Cyprus stands on the precipice of an unseen crisis. A crisis that, if left unchecked, threatens to overwhelm this small island nation. A crisis that calls for immediate action, for global attention, for humanity to step up. The facilities designed to receive these migrants are stretched to their breaking point, leaving Cyprus in what its president, Nikos Christodoulidis, has termed a state of serious crisis. In the face of this overwhelming crisis, Cyprus has made a desperate plea to the European Union for assistance. The island nation, grappling with an unprecedented influx of Syrian migrants from Lebanon, has reached out to Brussels for help. This plea came directly from Konstantinos Ioannou, Cyprus's interior minister, ahead of a crucial visit to Beirut to discuss the emergency. Konstantinos Ioannou underscored the severity of the situation, stating that their reception facilities were at breaking point. The minister appealed to the EU, the powerful body that has, over the years, played a pivotal role in managing migration crises in member states. The EU's assistance has been instrumental in strengthening borders, improving reception conditions, and fostering integration, among other things. Now, Cyprus is hoping for a similar intervention. The Cyprus government is not just seeking help for itself. Included in this appeal is a strong belief that Lebanon, a country bearing the brunt of the Syrian migration, should also receive financial assistance from the EU. Last week alone, 15 boats carrying 800 people made the 10-hour journey from Lebanon, leaving Cyprus in what its president, Nikos Christodoulidis, called a state of serious crisis. Ioannou emphasized, "We strongly believe Lebanon should be financially assisted by the EU." This statement highlights the interconnectedness of the issue at hand. It's not just about Cyprus or Lebanon, but about a broader, more global response to the Syrian migration crisis. This plea to the EU is not just about immediate relief. It is about fostering long-term solutions, about sharing the burden of a crisis that is too large for one nation to handle alone. It is about solidarity, about stepping up to help when a member state or even a non-member state is struggling. The plea for help is clear and urgent. The question remains, will the EU step in to prevent this crisis from escalating further? Behind these staggering numbers and desperate pleas are real people with real stories of desperation and hope. Let's take a moment to focus on the human side of this crisis. Imagine leaving everything you know, your home, your job, your friends, and setting sail on a perilous journey across the Mediterranean Sea. The journey is fraught with danger, the sea is unpredictable, and the boat is overcrowded, yet it's the only chance you have for a better life. This is the reality for hundreds of Syrian migrants who have made the treacherous journey to Cyprus. Among them, we find stories of resilience and bravery. Take Amira, a teacher who once taught in a bustling Syrian school. She boarded a boat with her 2 young children, leaving behind a war-torn homeland in hopes of securing a safer future for her family. Or consider Hassan, a mechanic who saw no future in a country devastated by war. so he risked his life for the chance to start anew in Cyprus. Upon arrival, these migrants face conditions that are far from ideal. Reception facilities in Cyprus are stretched to breaking point. The influx of migrants has resulted in overcrowded camps, scarce resources, and an uncertain future. Yet, in the face of adversity, the human spirit remains unbroken. They hope for a better future, for a chance to rebuild their lives on safer shores. The stories of these migrants are a stark reminder of the human impact of this crisis. They have left behind everything familiar and ventured into the unknown, driven by the hope for a better future. They are mothers, fathers, teachers, and mechanics. They are individuals with dreams and aspirations, not just statistics in a report. These are not just numbers, but people seeking safety and a better life. Their stories remind us of the human cost of this crisis. Let these stories serve as a reminder that behind every statistic, there is a human being with a story of resilience and hope. As the situation continues to escalate, the future remains uncertain for both Cyprus and the thousands of Syrian migrants. If the European Union steps in to provide the requested assistance, it could alleviate the immediate pressure on Cyprus's strained reception facilities. This support could also offer a lifeline to the migrants who have embarked on a perilous journey in search of safety and security. On the other hand, if the EU does not intervene, Cyprus may face a breaking point, grappling with an unsustainable situation. The implications for the migrants could be even more dire. Without adequate support, they may be left in limbo, facing an uncertain future in a foreign land. The ripple effects of this crisis could reach far beyond Cyprus's shores. It could ignite tensions in the already volatile region, stirring up a humanitarian crisis with profound geopolitical implications. As the situation unfolds, it will not only test the resilience of Cyprus and the migrants, but also the solidarity and humanity of the wider international community. The clock is ticking, and the world watches on, waiting to see how this crisis will unfold. One thing is certain: the need for immediate action has never been greater.